Beth again. I would like to introduce the A-team to our new representative class. Basically, there are just a few things to help you kind of prepare for selling Avon, especially if you've never really sold anything before. First of all, as far as marketing, the cheapest form of marketing is word of mouth, and it's best to do as much of that as you can. Tell everybody you know. Social media is also a great tool. We'll talk about that briefly. Well, let's just get started. Let's see what we can do to help you be successful in your Avon business. The first thing that you can do is to know your sales earnings chart. That's going to help you out a lot, because obviously if you're really close to reaching the next level and hitting the next percentage, that's going to help you make more money. So it's good to know your chart. It is in the materials that you received with your appointment kit. By the way, there's a couple of books in there too. I do go over those at another time, but make sure that you read through them as well. So, for your sales earnings chart, the first thing I want to tell you is that there are a few products in the book that this does not apply to. They have a diamond in the description. They are fixed earners. Basically, they're vendors, and on those products you only get 20% unless you've made President's Club, which is one of our sales levels. That's $10,000 in 1 year, from campaign 1 to campaign 26. Sounds like a lot, but it's only about $380 per campaign. If you make President's Club, if you hit that $10,000 in a year, it does give you 25% on those fixed earners. So on your regular Avon products, which is most of what's in the book, you're going to find that anything less than $50 will bring you no money. So make sure that you have at least over a $50 order in order to get a percentage off and get your commission. The second level I'd like to talk to you about is the $100 level, just simply because right now there is an incentive, and I'll let you know individually what the incentive is, or I usually send it in my welcome email. But right now it is $100, and it's $100 for the first 4 orders will get you 40% on your Avon products rather than 20%, is what you can see that you would normally get. Normally you would need a $440 order to reach that 40%. So this is really pretty neat. Also, this is a chart that I created. I added the rest of everything that you'll find in Avon's chart, but I just added this to mine. It tells you basically or approximately how many customers you would need to reach each level, just so that you have a better idea in your head as to what it is, because you need to set your goal and make sure you make some plans to meet it. So that'll give you a better idea for that. Also, I like to make sure everybody understands these statistics about salespeople. You see 48% make 1 call, 25 make 2 and quit, 15 make 3 and quit. Basically what that boils down to is 88% of the salespeople quit after 1, 2, or 3 calls, and the 12% of the salespeople that are left that keep calling, they're doing 80% of the business. It's especially important with Avon because unfortunately there are those Avon representatives who get in the business all excited, take some orders from people, and then decide, oh, I don't want to do this, and they leave those guys hanging. And we as new representatives, or as Avon representatives, do have to kind of come behind them and clean up the mess and try to restore our reputation. So first of all, be very kind if you run into a customer in that situation. Second of all, if you wind up being one of those representatives, please, if you decide to quit, pass those customers on to someone. You can give them to me, you can give them to your upline, you can give them to someone else in your area, but don't leave them stranded. Just not good for anyone. So let's talk for a minute about how to determine how many brochures to buy. You always want to purchase more brochures than you have customers if you want to grow. So what I've done here in this chart, basically I've just picked a number for the demo products and samples. It comes out to what I find to be an average for my new representatives. So first let's look at 50 brochures. That cost you $15.09. We're going to add our demo products of 15 and our samples of 5, which would be a total investment at 50 brochures of $35.09. Then we're going to say, okay, a third of our customers, we have 50 brochures. Usually we can get at least a third of those brochures as customers. So that'd be 18 customers, and the average order, some areas it's 20, some it's 25, so you'll see it kind of going back and forth. But on this particular one, I went with the lower number. Obviously, certain times of the year it goes up a little bit, Christmas and so forth. But we're just going to use $20 as an average order for here. For 18 customers, which is a third of our brochures, it'd be $360, which would be the 35% earnings level. That'd be $126 in earnings, minus our investment of $35.09. That'd give us a total of $90.91 in earnings. So let's look at 100 brochures. Not even double the price, because we do get a break the more that we purchase of the brochures. Same amount demo products and samples, which would give us an investment of $41.49. Third of 100 is about 35 customers, multiplied by that $20 average order again. That's $700 at a 40% earning, since we've gone over $440. We now have $280 in earnings, minus our investment of $41.49. And you can see now we've more than doubled our earnings for $238.51. I think you can figure out for yourself which of these is better. However, you have to get those brochures into someone's hands in order to be able to truly see those statistics. And of course, which would you rather earn? I think we'd all want the $241, but you got to get them out of the living room and into someone's hands. So how do you increase your customers once you get started? Well, once you have a couple of customers, you can ask them for referrals. That's a great way to get started. Most everybody loves to give you their opinion, so ask. Do you know anybody? Do you have any friends that love Avon? Most everybody who loves Avon, which are going to be the majority of your customers, most of them, they're going to know somebody. Call back. Do the follow-up. Remember those statistics more than 3 times. Leave somebody a book more than 3 times. They say that we have to hear things at least 3 times in order to remember them. So remind your friends, and whatever's in season, whether it be the Bug Guard or Skin So Soft oil, bath oil, whatever's in season, remind them, hey, did you ever order? Leave a personal note or letter for potential customers. This is something you can do in multiple ways. You can put a sticky note on the book. You can actually write a letter. I have had a representative do that had a lot of success. She basically just wrote a letter that said, hey, I'm a new Avon representative. This is my goal. This is my idea for my business. This is what I'd like to accomplish, and I'd love it if you'd be one of my customers and you would help me reach my goal. Just including your customers, letting them know what your goal is, a lot of them will try to help you. A lot of them are our friends, and some of them become our friends with time. So make sure you let them in on your goals. You can use the first week of each campaign to find new customers. Your second week, your order will be back, and you'll be busy, making deliveries and getting new orders from those customers that you already got orders from. But basically, any time is a good time to go out and look for new customers. try to incorporate your Avon into what you're already doing. Don't make a special trip just to do Avon. Try to make sure that if you're going to the grocery store, drugstore, doctor's office, wherever you're going, that you have books and samples. I always joke that people aren't going to wait around for you to come back so you can run to the car, run home. Always have some in your purse. If your purse isn't big enough, carry a slightly bigger purse or carry a separate Avon bag, but have those materials. It's really important to do that. Just think about it being part of what you do to get a paycheck, and hopefully that will remind you. Call on working customers on Saturdays or evenings. You'll actually find the best time to deal with each of your customers as you get to know them. Recanvas territory again. They need to see you more than 2 or 3 times. Engage helpers. Basically what a helper is someone who helps you with your business, either taking orders, giving out brochures. They're invaluable, and you pay them in a number of ways. You can do it by giving them their product free or at a discount, or giving them occasionally a product, whatever you can work out with them. I have several places that are beauty salons. They tend to be great places to sell Avon. I also have a couple of furniture places that turned out to be really great places to sell Avon. So anywhere where you've got an Avon lover that's going to talk up your books, that's a great place. And if you'll just kind of canvass the area, the businesses around you, you'll find plenty. Sell to businesses. Lots of businesses have multiple employees. So just think about it. Go to somebody's house and take one order, or go to a business where you have 3 or 4 customers and take 3 or 4 orders at one time. That's a no-brainer. Carry a box or bag of products that you can sell for $1. Same thing as what they do to you when you're standing in line at the grocery store. It's the gotcha stuff, and sometimes it's stuff that you forgot, but it's just another way to add sales onto your order. So if you want to carry a little bit of an inventory and stick it in a box and carry it around with you when you're making your orders, you probably will have a few add-on sales. Host parties. On my website, as well as on Avon's website, you'll find some ideas for parties. But the best thing and the most fun that I've ever found for parties is just simply to have a theme. I actually really like to do a Mexican theme, and have a piñata that I stuff full of not only candy but some samples, and actually let my party goers whack at the piñata till they get it open. The ladies go crazy. You may have a little fight there with people going after the samples and the candy. It's actually quite funny. But those are some. So basically there's 2 ways to increase your sales, right? Either get more customers or increase the sales of the customers that you have. I don't know how much you can increase each customer's order, because some of them are already going to be purchasing the full amount that they want to purchase, but there are a few little tricks that's how you can increase how much each customer buys from you. The link selling, add-on selling, and cross-category selling are actually explained in your book, so I'm not going to go over those in great detail. They're pretty self-explanatory. But these other ones, like create your own bundles, that one can be a lot of fun. You can find some really good deals in the What's New book or in the catalog. And just a reminder that What's New book is just for you. That's your demo book. Basically, so you can buy demos 2 ahead, so the campaign that's coming up in 2 campaigns, and so that you'll have it to show when it gets here. But sometimes there are some things in there that aren't actually demos. You can purchase as many as you want. They're just little deals that Avon has provided for, so look for those and make a few bundles, especially for the holidays. It's a great way to increase some sales. It's actually a skincare expert is what it is currently. There is on Avon University, which is our training at youravon.com, you can find the skincare expert training. It takes you a little while, it takes you a couple of hours, but you do get a little pin that says I'm a skincare expert that you can wear and show all your friends and family and customers. Great way to let them know of your expertise, and you will feel much more qualified once you've taken that training. Leave samples for each person in the household. So if there is a boyfriend or husband, make sure you leave some men's samples there, as well as those samples for your customer. Unless your customer's the man, then you might want to give him some samples for his wife or girlfriend. Carry demos in a basket to attract attention. We talked a minute ago about carrying like the $1 items, but you can stick your demos in there too that you bought from the What's New. It's a great idea to show them, and sometimes it might be something you're wearing, like these Avon earrings. So those you can just wear as you go out, and believe me, people will talk to you. We have some awesome jewelry. Suggest that customers use their credit card to pay for products. We do take credit cards. There are credit card forms on the youravon.com next to the order form, and I actually go over that under the My Orders walkthrough. If you want to look on YouTube and search for my name, which again is Beth Vigil, Vigil, you can search for me and you'll see the two walkthroughs. I've got one for My Orders and one for my account. Still working on the next one, unless you see another one, and then I finished it. Okay, let's see. Host home parties. Kind of already talked about that a little bit, but yeah, that is a great way to boost your orders. And something that's not on here that I'd like to just kind of put in there is fundraisers. We do have a way of doing fundraisers. If you use the flyers, you can click on earnings opportunities at youravon.com and just look at the instructions. But it gives you 50% earnings if you register and do a fundraiser from those flyers. And that's a great way to boost your earnings too. Do enough of those and you'll easily hit that $10,000 in a year and be a President's Club member. And I hope to see you all at those luncheons. There's a great luncheon that you get to attend for becoming a President's Club member. Let's see. Order extra products for instant selling. You can do some of that. I like to keep the Bug Guard on hand, especially during the summer. Year round, I keep the Skin So Soft bath oil. It's one of our best sellers, and I have, of course, Avon signs on my car, and people will actually pull me over to purchase some oil, so I do keep that in the car with me. Offer customer discounts for free gifts for large orders or free gifts. I tell you what I do. I don't go around giving discounts all the time except for helpers, because once you start doing that, people expect them. So what I do instead is I pick one campaign a year and I give them a huge discount, maybe even 25%, one campaign a year, and I call it my customer appreciation sale. And believe me, my customers know about it, and I do it near Christmas every year, so it's helpful to them, for them, or sometimes right after Christmas. Just depends on how things are going. You can kind of find your slow time, and that's the best time to do that kind of incentive. Increase your sales, plus give your customers a big thank you. Okay, don't return earn. Always better to sell your products rather than return them, but just so you know, we do get one free return a month. So if you can keep your returns down to just once a month, you can return your box. They do charge you for the returns, but you'll see a credit soon after. But in order to sell as much as you can, here are some great ideas. Carry a basket of returned items labeled special sale. My son, when I first started selling, was 16, and he came up with the cutest little picture for my basket. It was a little dog, and it said, "Nobody wants me, please take me home." And that's what I put on my return items to try to get them sold. It was amazing how well that worked. You can make a list of your items. Sometimes you may have too many for your box. Let's hope not, but if you do, you can make a list of items and just stick that in the order or in the brochure when you're meeting with your customers. You can do grab bags. Gosh, there used to be a jewelry place that used to do those all of the time, and people were always purchasing those things. So You list a category on your bags, so whether it's color, products, jewelry, whatever, and then a price, and that way they can determine, do I want to spend $3 on some jewelry and see what I get? Staple it up so they can't cheat. That's a great way. Use products for your helpers, or to demo with customers if it happens to be a new product. And depending on what you've worked out with your helpers, you can give them some of the products too as their gift. You can use the product for a prize drawing for customers who place a certain size order. So in other words, for everybody that places a $25 order or whatever price you set, you can give them a ticket or a number and then do a drawing and get rid of some of your leftover product that way. You can make a customer club punch card. We're actually going to talk about those a little further, so I'm not going to go into too much information right now on those, but basically those are something that you make, and you make up the whole little deal. So this gives you the example of after 8 punches the customer gets a free surprise product, or you can use the card once they get 8 punches to start drawing some for prizes for them, or you can even give them a discount. If they buy 8 times, give them that 25% discount on their next purchase or on one item, whatever you decide you want to do. And you can generate more sales by allowing newer potential customers to use products as a free home trial product. You can actually do that anytime with most any product, because if they decide they don't want it and you return it, once it's open, you don't have to necessarily return it to Avon unless it's something special that they're wanting back. Okay, so let's talk about the tools that Avon provides for you. And there's actually one that I haven't added on here yet that I need to tell you about, which is our new social media site. Awesome. Once you've set it up, you just go in there once, twice a week, whatever you want to do. Click on the social media site, which is under the web office on youravon.com, and you'll find all kinds of neat stuff. You just pick the one you like and click, hit share, you're done. So don't forget to check that out. So, tools. Order extra brochures, use them to get new customers. Again, don't get caught somewhere without brochures. Always order at least 10 more than what customers you know that you already have. Preferably more than that. Maximize your demos, use the demo and reinvestment plan. Basically what that is to use your demo as long as you can. Once you think that you've sold all of them that you're going to, then sell that one. Sell your actual demo and use that money to buy a demo for the next campaign so that it's always being reinvested. Create lumpy brochures. To do that, you just fold down pages in the book you think your customers would be interested in. You can also staple or tape samples inside your book to make lumpy brochures. Basically, you walk around with the lumpy brochure. You heard the saying that curiosity killed the cat. People will come and hunt you down for that book because they can see that you've marked all the specials and marked all the good pages in the book, so they're going to want that book. So if you ever want to just make a lumpy brochure and walk around the mall or the grocery store with it and just see what happens. Follow up on samples left with customers. Yes, you want to do that. And let me tell you something that I use to get new customers. I actually carry a clipboard, and I give out samples, and I ask the potential customers, can I call you in a day or two and just see how you like this sample? And I usually carry 2 or 3 different kinds of samples because some people don't like fragrance, some people don't wear makeup. So I carry several types of samples with me, get their name and number so they can call them and see how they like their sample. Everybody loves to give their opinion. So usually I have no problem doing this. And I draw. I do a drawing once a month from all of those customers' names and numbers, and I give out prizes. So with those 2 things, asking them their opinion and giving them potential for a prize, they're usually more than happy to give me a name and number. When you follow up with them, you can find out whether or not they'd like to become a customer. And if you have plenty of books, like I am encouraging you to have, make sure that you give them a book at the time you give them that sample. That way, if they did like the sample, You can tell them what page it is that is in the book, and they can go in there and look at it and see if they want to purchase whatever it was that you gave them. You would not believe how many times I get a customer and sometimes a recruit to actually sell Avon as well. Pursue fundraising opportunities. Kind of covered that already, but basically the fundraisers you don't really do to gain a lot of money for yourself, because you give most of the money to your fundraising organization. Usually for us as representatives, the benefit of the fundraiser is actually gaining customers. If you do a fundraiser for a school or a ball team, probably going to have at least 40 or 50 people participating. Well, you're going to give them all a buck, and that is a potential for a new 40 or 50 customers. Because of that, though, even though I get 50% on that fundraiser, I usually only give my organization 40, and I keep the other 10 because if it is a large fundraiser, I might need that 10% in order to purchase some supplies so that I can get everything to them, especially if I'm ordering an extra $50. And here's our Buyers Club card. So basically, it's a door opener. It is something to encourage repeat sales. It's the same thing as a card. A lot of drugstores will give you a card, grocery stores, tracking your purchases. Basically they give you something for that, but basically they're tracking your purchases. In our case, we are just trying to get more purchases. We're trying to increase our sales. So you put you're entitled to, write your discount, and like I said, you can do this any way that you want. I wouldn't recommend, if you're going to do a discount, that you do more than 20%, because remember that we do have some products right now that you only get 20% on as a new person, those fixed earners. Write in the customer's name and expiration date, and how many purchases, whether it's 8, 10, whatever, you'll make. Basically, you're creating this, and I have found a few apps that you can use to help create them. So just look around. Make sure you put an expiration and redeemable through date. And I like to do mine quarterly, so you can do whatever you want, but I like to do them once a quarter. And then once it expires or they can't get any more purchases on it, I usually give them 1 or 2 campaigns in order to redeem it. Let the customer know that you are keeping track of his or her purchases. Remind them, hey, you've only got 1 more punch left before you get whatever. Each time you see the customer, write the amount of his or her purchase in the correct box, and give your customer an extra Buyers Club card for a friend. Advertising. Remember, marketing, word of mouth, social media. The more you get it out there, the more people that you will have contacting you. There should be no one that does not know you're selling Avon. If there is somebody out there, one of your friends, family, neighbors, that doesn't know, you're not doing your job. And of course, a lot of this depends upon how much that you want to do, because remember I said you got to set that goal. Not everybody wants the same thing. I'm talking to those that want a lot of sales, that want to make this a successful business. Some of you may not. Some of you may just want a few sales. When I first started Avon, I just wanted money to go out and eat and go to the movies. I was paying my bills, but I never had extra. So a lot of how far you're going to go with your Avon business depends on what you want from it. So these are just some ideas, some different things that maybe you might want to do as sort of a thank you to your customer, or something you might want to offer your customer. The Avon gift registry, this is basically the same thing as a wedding registry, where you go to the store and you can type in somebody's name, except in our case, they can't type in their name, but they call us. So what you do is you give them blank business cards or 3x5 cards, whatever you have, that say, Sharon is registered with me, and maybe it's for her birthday party. So for her birthday gift, she can call me. This is my number, and I'll take care of Sharon's birthday gifts. It's on a little card, so they're going to call you. So in the meantime, what you're going to do is take your clipboard. Clipboards are great, or you can do it on a spreadsheet, however you'd like, however techie you are. And you have Sharon write down all the neat things that she'd like out of the book. Once she's done, you're going to categorize them by price, because when the customers call you, they don't know what she has on there. All they know is how much they want to spend. So they're going to tell you what gifts does she have between $10 and $15. You're going to pick what they want, write it up as an order, mark it off the list so that you don't sell it again, and just keep going. I had a really funny time once. It turns out I was doing a baby shower, so I was doing a registry, and did not know that the lady lived like 3 houses down from me. Everybody wanted to pick up from me on Saturday. I thought that was really strange. Most of my customers know where I live just because I tell them, so they'll know, how close I am to them or whatever. They knew where I lived. They knew where she lived. Everybody decided to pick it up from me that morning. Well, everybody I said between 10 and 11, everybody got here at like 10 minutes till 11, because apparently the shower was at 11, and I had cars like lined up all up and down in front of my house. It was rather funny. But gift registries can be a lot of fun. You can even do them for Christmas. Send personal thank you notes to new customers. I actually do a whole little thank you thing for new customers. I take a Ziploc bag and just put several little trial sizes or samples or whatever, make it look really pretty, put a little bow on it, and put a nice thank you to my new customers for their first order. Layaways, pay 50% down and the balance in a specified time period. That is really iffy, and a lot of people don't have credit limits anymore. So, if you've got a nice credit limit or a credit card that you're going to use to put your purchases on, you can do that. Otherwise, be very careful doing layaways. Again, it's a lot of fun and it would increase your sales, but just be careful with that one. Give small products as a birthday gift. I usually give either bubble baths or shower gels. So whenever there's a good sale, I keep a box full of those and give those. Find out if your customer is a bath or shower person and give them a shower gel or a bubble bath. Offer free gift wrapping. To me, that's a pain in the butt to do year round, but you might like that. I do offer free gift wrapping to my seniors at Christmas. Keep records of important dates for your customers. Anniversary, birthday, give them that little gift. Anything special to keep reminding them that you're around and you appreciate them. Call and remind your customers when a favorite product is on special. Again, you can use a spreadsheet, whatever, just these are my Skin So Soft customers, these are my new customers for the facial care, and when you see a good sale, give them a call. That's a good idea to increase your sales anytime. And I kind of went through the gift registry again. And you want to be careful how long you leave these open for. Remember that whatever campaign you're in, you can back order 2 books. So it's safe if you do the current campaign and tell them a month. Usually a month is enough time for some kind of a registry anyway. You can also do free gift wrapping on your registries if you want to. Not a bad idea. Well, here we are at the end of our class. Not quite sure what we're up to. I try to, when I do these live, not go over an hour, because I know your brain starts hurting after that, but just a couple more things I want to cover. First, I told you $10,000 for your President's Club level, and as you can see, there are higher levels, and believe it or not, there are some people that hit that $280,000. But decide what you want to do. If you'd like to try to make it, maybe if not this year, if you've started too late in the year, maybe next year. But it really is, it's awesome. And once you've been invited to a President's Club luncheon and gone and have so much fun, you just won't believe how much fun that is, and how much it means to you. You also get a little Mrs. Albee statuette, or you get points for one. You can choose to use your points to purchase something else. We do get points throughout the year, and that's another class, but for certain sales levels and certain amount of recruits that you can turn in and get things for, kind of like you stamps. So whatever your goal is, whether it's to make President's Club, whether it's just to hit a certain sales amount each campaign, or to bring in a certain amount of income, write it down. Make a plan to reach it. Use that chart I showed you at the beginning to figure out how many customers you need to make your goals. You can do this, but you have to plan. You have to plan for success. When you get in a car, you know where you're going. You either use a map or a GPS. Usually we don't get in the car and have no clue as to where we're going. You have to do that with a business. This is a business. You have to treat it as such. So set a goal, create a plan, and look at your plans. Make sure that you're hitting it every weekday. Set certain days to go out. Make it work for your schedule. If you work every day, do your Avon business when you're going to the grocery store, or do it on the weekends. There's always some time. If you only have 5 minutes, make a couple of calls. Don't use excuses. I want to see my team with a winning attitude and meeting these goals. I've had so many people on my team make their goals. I know you can. So let's look quickly at my website. This is bethvigil.com. When I send you your welcome letter at the beginning, I actually send all of this to you and links to it all. First thing I want to show you, and this is something I show under the My Orders tab as well, but my husband created this really cool tax calculator. So you put in your dollar amount, including your 75 cents, because remember, you have to do tax on it too. If you'll look at your order book that came with your appointment kit from Avon, you'll see it does tell you to collect 75 cents. We keep that, but we are required to tax it. So included in this total, put in your zip code, hit submit, and there you go. There's your tax. There's your total. This is just a little help that hopefully you will find helpful when you're working on your orders. Also, the Download Central here at the top, I hope you'll also find helpful. Basically, these are things that are actually on your Avon.com, but they're kind of spread out all over the place. So it's a good place, in one place where they all are. You can run in here to find the daily care collection that you can sell for your first few campaigns, the quick guide, level tracking chart, and so forth. And here's some mini kits that you can use if you want to recruit. Also, if you'll just look under new reps, welcome to Avon is the letter I just showed you, but there's also new representative resources. And this is just a bunch of goodies that you can use to help you get started. Even that table announcement card was just something I also send out with your welcome letter, and especially this quick reference guide, which has order books and credit card forms and the product numbers for them, and also important phone numbers down here that you might use, as well as that sales chart. Remember how important it is to keep up with that. So I think that's about it. I think I have covered just about everything. There are some more things on bethvigil.com that you can look at and look over and see if they're something that might be helpful to you. Remember that for $15 your friends can also join, and there's information in here about how to become a sales leader and recruit your own team. I hope you'll love selling Avon as much as I do. I hope that you'll really enjoy it. You got to find a way to make it work for you and how to make it work around your schedule. But I hope that you're able to do that, and just don't give up, because sometimes it doesn't happen as quickly. For some people, it happens in 1 week. They have a great order. For some people, it might take a little bit longer. So just don't give up, because if you give up, you will never know what you could have done. So thank you for watching the new representative class. If you have any questions, well, look, there's my number right there, as well as emails. So give me a call or an email or a text, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.